Hi everybody, today we're going to see how I draw Revolt. Okay, I'm going to start out with a quick sketch for myself, just to make sure I've got everything where I want it to be, and to make sure I've got her in a good pose, and to make sure I have everything on the screen here, because sometimes stuff falls off, because I get too excited, I draw stuff everywhere, and the ink goes flying, and it's all cuckoo crazy, and I want to make sure I get it all on here for you guys, because that's why we're here, right? Because it's all super cool. Let's see, and she's got some really cool detail to her, so I want to make sure I get everything in here. Let's see. And so the thing about Revolt is she's a robot, so not everything is going to be drawn by us, because we kind of almost can't, there's just too much, especially if we're drawing with sharpies. Woo! It's going to be almost impossible to do, but we're going to do our best, and we're just going to kind of fake it, so to speak, because that's the nice thing about drawing a robot. Is the good and the bad is that we can't draw everything, so we don't have to draw everything, but we're gonna imply, basically. So what I'm going to do here is draw as much as I can, and just kind of fake the rest of it, because I'm going to use some coloring to do some stuff, and then I'm going to just basically get as much as I can in there with the Sharpie, and then you know what I'm trying to say here. Fake the rest, because it's robot parts. And basically what I'm trying to say, that I'm taking a long way of getting there, is saying that they're robot parts, and they're made up parts, so no one can say that it's wrong, but they can say, well, it doesn't quite look like the picture. So that's what I'm trying to do, is get it to look as much like the picture as I can, so it looks good enough for you, right? And I'm just going to draw a few more things here, just to make sure I have everything in the right spot. And then I'll get started with a Sharpie, so you can see what I'm doing, and you can get started too. Okay. A couple more little details. I'm on her feet now, so it shouldn't take too much more. Okay, I think I've got enough in there that I can get started, and then we will, let me add this thing real quick, and then we can get started together. So I'm going to start with the big fat Sharpie, and I'm going to start with the head and then work my way down, because I have a sketch. You're supposed to start with the body first whenever you sketch, but because I already sketched it out, I know where it's going to be. We could start with the top. So I'm going to draw our hat first, since that's like the most forefront image, and that way it also tell me where to start. So there's the top of her hat. So I'm going to kind of draw it like that, because it's like a knit hat, right? So it's kind of a little floopy, a little boingy boingy, whereas it's like not exactly a robot part, So I can kind of fudge it a little bit and draw it how I want to, because it's a knitted hat. And there is some kind of little sticker thing on front. I guess the logo of whoever made it. And that gives me an idea of where to start too with the rest of it. So now I can come down like this for her hair, draw an eye like that, and her jacket comes in front of all that. So what I'm going to do is start here, go up, out, same thing over here, bring that down. Let's bring the inside of the collar down like that. And now I can draw the other details because they're not cut off anymore. And I'm going to draw, her head is kind of like straight across, so there's not too much we got to do there. It's kind of simple, you know, because of the angle that I chose. So I can kind of get away with it a little bit more. And do something like that for her neck. And there is a piece of strap of something that holds something together. Now I'll do the back of that. And so now for the front of her jacket, I'm going to, she's got kind of these big zipper parts. So I'm just going to kind of do like this. And that'll take care of that. And so, let's see, I got her chest going around like this. And then I can do the zipper thing like that. And it's kind of going behind it. And I'll do like this. And that'll take care of the jacket, the inside there. So now I'm going to draw the little backpack straps. And that'll take care of that. So that side's done. So let's finish this side over here. And so I'm going to bring it over. I'm going to do something like this, just kind of give it some creases and folds, you know, and I can work on the sleeves now. So the inside over here, it's going to be taken care of mostly with color. So it's kind of I'm making it up as I go, and I'll worry about that chrome look and all that with color, but at least I got edges so I know where I'm going from here. Let's go ahead and do this hand, and I have it kind of out like this, and it's not too hard. I'll show you how to do it. We're going to draw her sleeve like this, and it's kind of ripped, so that'll take care of hiding a lot of things we got to do. And I'm going to bring her arm down, and because it's a robot arm, I can kind of make up pieces that are going to be in here, and you know, that's how it is. So we're just going to do stuff, do all kinds of crazy cuckoo stuff. And there is a piston, a cylindrical piece right there that I know is going to be the end of it here. So now I can kind of come out like this, and that'll take care of the forearm. Okay, and again, it's got some robot stuff, so you can do stuff like that if you'd like, just to give it some, you know, robot look. No one can tell you you're wrong. That's what's great part about it, is you can draw whatever you want there. So I'm going to draw her glove like this, and her hand's going to be out like that, so it's not too hard. We're going to draw the back of her hand here, the inside of her hand like that, and her pinky's going to be up. Boy, it's hard to show you how it's going to be. Pinky's going to be up like that first. So I drew that, and I'm just going to kind of do like that, and that'll take care of the outermost part. The rest of it's pretty easy. The other fingers are going to kind of come out like this too. And then I'm going to draw another one out like that. And then the final one like that, one behind the other kind of thing. So her thumb's going to be like this. And my sketch, I had it up here, but now that I'm adjusting to the ink, it's going to be like this. Okay, and there you go. That's one hand out. So now we're going to do this one. It's pretty much covered up by the jacket. So all we got to do is draw some rips and tears where it's going to be, and that's the inner tear. And I'm going to draw a few creases like this, and then the edge of it like that. And same thing here, she's got like that forearm piece into the piston. So I'm going to come in like this, and the piston's going to be right there. But I have this hand on her hip and kind of, you know, up against it. So I'm kind of cheating a little bit by just drawing like the fist like that. Then I'm going to draw the edge of her glove like that. So we kind of got away with a lot by choosing this pose. And I'm going to do this like that. And now I'm going to draw the rest of her legs. So again, I'm kind of making this up, but going by it, their design. But I'm going to make a lot of this stuff up just to kind of cheat and get away with how we're going to do stuff, right? So I'm just drawing some pieces, parts that kind of look like what they did. And that'll let me get away with a little bit and be creative as well. So now I'm just going to draw her front piece like this. And this is going to be the inside of her thigh. And she has a strap like that. And some kind of something over here. Like they look like spray canisters. So I'm just going to draw some cans like that. And this one you can't see because it's back behind. And it's held on, just attached. It's not even a strap, it's just attached to her leg. So all I gotta do is let it float like that. So I'm just going to kind of do like this one more time, and now I can draw her legs. Now I can draw her legs. So I'm going to bring it out like that. Again, I'm kind of making robot stuff, you know. It doesn't have to be exact. I'm just going to kind of do something like this. And we'll do the same thing over here. And again, I'm just making this up as I go. So I'm going to draw her knees with some kind of shapes, you know, something like that. I'm going to try to make it look a little 3D. And so here, there's pistons and rivets and all kinds of stuff holding things together that we don't have to draw. See, I just kind of made up some shapes back behind it. So it just works, you know. Here I'm going to draw, let's see, there's a circle there, kind of a calf thing here. Let's do another one here. Maybe a line like that. Just kind of show that we did something. Basically, I want to call them pistons, but they're not pistons. Rods is all it is. Rods into her legs is what we're drawing. So just a couple of lines for the rods, and then we're going to reconnect with some other metal parts that we're just making up as we go, you know? Something like that. And let's do one for over here. And so I'm kind of doing the same thing here, but not quite. Just to kind of draw at the same time is what I'm trying to do. So this one, the front of the foot is going to come out like that. And I'll draw the front of the foot over on this one over here. And the heel is kind of, you can't quite see it here. But you can see it better here. It's going to come down like that. And the other piece, and she has kind of like, her and Rebel, I'm not too sure how you say it, have like these two-toe toes. Really, I guess I'm trying to think of a better word, but there's not, because the toe is a toe, right? To give it that shape. And I'm pretty sure that's where we're going to stop there. I'm going to color it, and we'll leave it like that for now. And so this is Revolt. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.